Palantir and AWS, two tech giants that most people have heard of, but few truly understand. One's known for its secretive work with governments, the other for powering much of the internet. Now they're joining forces to tackle a massive problem: the future of manufacturing. This partnership is more than just improving factory efficiency. It's targeting specific industries like aerospace, automotive, and healthcare, aiming to address challenges like supply chain disruptions and sustainability. They're using data analytics and cloud computing to predict market trends, optimize production, and even develop new materials. In the next few minutes, we're going to dive into the details of how they're doing this and why it could impact everything from the cars we drive to the medicines we take. Picture this: a manufacturing plant on the brink of collapse. TechFab, our hypothetical company, is facing bankruptcy. Why? It's a perfect storm of challenges. Supply chains are in chaos, with crucial components impossible to source. There's a massive skill shortage as experienced workers retire and younger generations avoid factory jobs. Outdated processes waste time and materials. It's a recipe for disaster. But there's more. TechFab is drowning in potentially valuable data. Production logs, sensor readings, supply chain information, it's all there. The problem? It's a mess. Data is trapped in incompatible legacy systems. Spreadsheets are incomprehensible. Manual data entry is still the norm, wasting countless hours. This data disaster isn't just frustrating, it's financially devastating. A recent study found that inefficient data management costs the average manufacturer $3.6 million annually. That's millions evaporating because companies can't harness their own information. So here's the multi-million-dollar question for TechFab. Is there a solution? Can they untangle this data nightmare and turn things around? I'll let you in on a secret. Help is coming, and from an unexpected source. But before we meet our digital saviors, we need to understand the major players in this high-stakes game. Because when these tech giants join forces, the manufacturing world will never be the same. Palantir, a tech company with roots in intelligence agencies, is now setting its sights on transforming manufacturing. This software giant, initially funded by the CIA's venture capital arm, has evolved beyond its government origins. Palantir's focus? Making sense of massive amounts of information. The company's arsenal includes three main tools: Gotham, Foundry, and Apollo. Gotham, their original platform, excels at finding patterns in complex data for government and defense work, but it's Foundry that's catching the eye of the manufacturing world. This commercial offering tackles the exact data challenges we explored with our fictional TechFab scenario. What sets Foundry apart isn't just number crunching. It's about unifying fragmented systems and incompatible data formats into a cohesive, actionable platform. Foundry can start delivering insights rapidly, often within days. For a company like TechFab, this could mean crystal clear visibility across their entire operation. Supply chain issues spotted before they happen. Machine breakdowns predicted and prevented. Inefficient processes identified and optimized. The potential to transform a struggling plant into a data-driven powerhouse is immense. Despite these advantages, manufacturer adoption has been surprisingly slow. The bottleneck isn't in Foundry's capabilities, but in the computing infrastructure required to fully harness its power. We're talking about massive data processing, complex AI algorithms, and the ability to scale resources on demand. This is where our story takes an unexpected turn. To understand how Palantir might revolutionize manufacturing, we need to examine the company that's quietly powering half the internet. It's time to meet AWS, the cloud computing giant that could provide the muscle behind manufacturing's data-driven future. AWS controls 32% of the entire cloud computing market. That's titans of industry-level power. AWS offers core services like EC2 for computing, S3 for storage, and RDS for databases. These are the building blocks countless businesses rely on. But AWS's real strength is its ability to scale. Need to handle a sudden surge in website traffic? AWS can spin up new servers in seconds. Want to crunch massive datasets? They've got the processing power to make it happen. AWS is pushing hard into AI and machine learning. Services like Amazon SageMaker are democratizing access to advanced ML tools. Companies that could never afford an army of data scientists can now build and deploy sophisticated AI models. You'd think manufacturers would be all over this, right? Here's the problem. many of them are still hesitant to make the leap. There are concerns about data security and integrating cloud systems with decades-old factory equipment. And let's not forget the skills gap. Finding people who can effectively manage cloud operations in a manufacturing context isn't easy. Despite these hurdles, AWS is laying the foundation for a manufacturing revolution. We're talking about the ability to process vast amounts of sensor data in real time, to use AI for predictive maintenance, to optimize entire supply chains with a few clicks. The potential is staggering. Even with all this power at their fingertips, many manufacturers are still struggling to truly operationalize their data. They've got the raw computing muscle, but turning that into actionable insights, that's where things often fall apart. This is exactly why the Palantir AWS partnership is such a big deal. We've got AWS bringing unparalleled cloud infrastructure and AI capabilities to the table, and now Palantir's stepping in with their expertise in making sense of complex data ecosystems. The combination could be the key to finally unlocking the true potential of AI-driven manufacturing. Palantir's Foundry platform now integrates with AWS services like Lake Formation and Redshift, creating a system that can finally make sense of the data nightmare we discussed earlier. This partnership is addressing the exact pain points that were killing companies like our fictional tech fab. Foundry on AWS is tearing down those fragmented data systems and high barriers to accessing information. It's creating a unified data ecosystem that can handle everything from edge AI to complex SDKs. In practice, this looks like Integrity Tool and Mold's digital command center, connecting teams and data across their entire organization. Or Panasonic Energy's smart factory ecosystem in Sparks, Nevada, enhancing every aspect of their operations. Here's the stat that blew my mind. Jacobs, a major engineering company, achieved a 20% annual reduction in plant-wide energy use at a pilot site in just 6 months after deploying Foundry. That's efficiency on a whole new level. We're seeing the Palantir AWS solution tackle every challenge we talked about earlier. They're predicting and mitigating supply chain disruptions before they happen. The system is making existing workers more effective and identifying where training is needed. Inefficient processes are being optimized in real time. To really understand what's at stake here, we need to zoom out. This partnership is redefining the relationship between AI, industry, and human workers. It's not just changing manufacturing, it's reshaping how we think about the intersection of technology and industrial production. Let's break down what this AI revolution actually looks like in practice. Yield optimization is a key focus, with AI algorithms constantly analyzing production data and adjusting processes in real time. This maximizes output while reducing waste, effectively having a tireless team of expert engineers monitoring every step of production. Predictive maintenance is another game changer. Factories no longer face unexpected shutdowns due to equipment failure. AI predicts when machines are likely to break down, allowing for maintenance during planned downtime. This saves millions in lost productivity and keeps production lines running smoothly. Quality control has also been transformed. AI-powered computer vision systems inspect products at every stage, identifying issues early on. This leads to higher quality products and less material waste, a win-win for manufacturers and consumers alike. One of the most exciting developments is adaptive manufacturing. The Palantir AWS solution enables real-time decision-making across the entire production process. If there's a supply chain disruption or a sudden change in demand, the system can automatically adjust production schedules, reallocate resources, and even suggest alternative suppliers. This level of flexibility was unimaginable just a few years ago. Digital twins are another fascinating concept in this new paradigm. These virtual replicas of physical assets allow for real-time monitoring and simulation. Manufacturers can test process changes virtually before implementing them in the real world, reducing risk and optimizing outcomes. The impact of these AI-driven solutions is significant. Companies implementing these technologies are reporting substantial improvements in productivity, energy efficiency, and overall equipment effectiveness. However, the widespread adoption of AI in manufacturing raises important questions about the future of work. As AI takes over more decision-making in factories, what happens to the human workforce? Are we creating a more efficient world, or one where human skills become obsolete? The answer isn't simple, and it's reshaping the future of work in profound ways. To understand the full impact, we need to look at how this AI revolution is changing the very nature of manufacturing jobs. Imagine a factory where humans and AI work side by side, each enhancing the other's capabilities. This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now. But this symbiosis requires a fundamental shift in how we think about skills and training. Are we ready for it? AI is actually creating new job roles in manufacturing. We've all heard predictions about robots taking our jobs, but the reality is far more nuanced and exciting. AI is augmenting human workers, not replacing them. It's a high-tech partnership. AI handles repetitive tasks, crunches massive data, and spots patterns no human could detect. This frees up workers to focus on more complex, creative, and ultimately more fulfilling tasks. We're seeing the emergence of roles like AI trainers, who teach machine learning models to recognize specific manufacturing defects. Data interpreters are becoming crucial, translating AI insights into actionable strategies. Automation specialists bridge traditional manufacturing processes with cutting-edge AI systems. Some companies are already nailing this transition. Integrity Tool and Mold is building a digital command center, connecting teams and data across their operation. They're actively training their workforce to leverage these new tools, creating a more agile and data-driven culture. The Palantir AWS solution is playing a huge role in this workforce transformation. Their tools are designed to be user-friendly, allowing workers with varying tech backgrounds to interact with complex AI systems. It's democratizing access to powerful data analytics, enabling workers at all levels to make more informed decisions. We must acknowledge the challenges this brings. Data privacy concerns, potential job displacement, and the growing divide between technologically advanced companies and those struggling to adapt are real issues we can't ignore. However, the potential benefits are enormous. We're looking at opportunities to revitalize industries, create new job categories, and tackle complex global problems. Companies that successfully implement this AI-driven approach will gain a significant competitive advantage. Are we prepared for this level of AI integration across our industrial base? Because it's happening now, whether we're ready or not. The decisions we make today will shape the future of work, innovation, and possibly society for generations. The manufacturing world is changing irreversibly, and we need to be at the forefront of this transformation.